Hi, thanks for watching. This is a quick look at how Google views and ranks your website in the search results. And then by understanding how the program works, you can use it to your advantage to get your site some more traffic on the first page, so that way patients can more easily find you. So I've got your site pulled up here, and from the user side of it, it's pretty well optimized. Click to call is working. We can write a review right here. Looks like they're employing what's called schema, which is great. What I would suggest is if you're still working with this company, probably have them update this to 2022. That way, if somebody's coming down here to look at your information, they can see that you're current with the website, so they know that you're definitely still in business. As far as Google is concerned, when it's going to rank a website, it's going to do so on two different factors. The first is the content. It's going to come in and it's going to count all the words and text on the page. It's generally looking for a minimum of about 1,000 to 1,500 words, because it assumes that the more information you have on your page, the more of an expert that you are. Now, while it's counting the words, it's also looking for keywords, anything that somebody would typically type into Google search, which in your case is usually going to be a service that you provide, and then any areas that you provide it in. Now, this is particularly important why the number of words on the page comes into play, because you're only allowed to have one keyword for every 100 to 150 words of text on the page. Now, the second way that Google is going to rank your website is based on its authority, which is basically a popularity contest. The two ways to build authority are to create what's called a citation, for one, which is any time that your name, address, and phone number appear in an online directory, such as Yelp, Yellow Pages, Better Business Bureau, things like that. These directories are usually free. It just takes some time to find them all, register your business, and then input the information exactly as it's shown in Google. The second way to build authority is through what's called a backlink, which is when another website links or refers back to yours. These links basically act like an endorsement that Google uses to build trust in your site because others are vouching for you. It's similar to a customer review. If you had 1,000 5-star customer reviews, a new patient looking at your practice would obviously think pretty highly of you. Google is doing the same thing, it's just using other websites to make this judgment. Now, to see how this determines where your website ranks, if we go back into the Google search, the first thing you're going to see pop up is what we call the map pack. Now, you're already in here, which is typical because this is your home base, so it makes sense. It also doesn't look like there's a whole lot of competition in here. However, if we go over to Fall River, right across the way, and then also we got Swansea, you're not showing up immediately in this map pack. Things you can do to optimize this would be to make sure when you're filling out your Google business profile, it's actually part of your Maps app. You can do it right from a smartphone. You want to make sure you fill out as much the information in the fields as possible. So all the services that you offer, the areas, even the hours of operation. Then you want to continuously add photos that are geotagged within your service areas, upload those and posts to your profile on a regular basis, have customers post reviews, and then you want to get as many of those citations as possible. Your name, address, and phone number, you want those to be listed in more directories than anybody else on this list. So then underneath that, this is what we call the organic search results. This is where the higher the authority or the more trust Google has in your website, the higher up on the list that you're going to rank. So to show you, I put your website into this tool that I use, and it basically shows me everything that Google finds when it crawls your site for the content as well as the authority. To just kind of define these terms real quick, if say the local news station did an article on the top 10 physical therapy rehab centers in Massachusetts, and inside that article the reader could click a link and that would bring them directly to your website, that would be considered one referring domain or one referring website. So just to put some of these numbers in perspective, what I've done is just taken the top search results from some of the outlying areas and put them into the same program, so that way you can see what kind of authority their site is bringing and the reason why they're outranking you and they're showing up on the first page and you are not. Now, something to note here is it's not just a matter of the quantity of these links, it's also the quality. They need to be relative to your profession. So for instance, if we had Pizza Hut linking back to your website, Google knows that obviously you're doing physical therapy, you're not making pizzas. So even though that would add numbers, that wouldn't actually add any authority and help out your site. Now, if we take a look at your content, these are all the keywords that are being typed into Google search that it's finding on your site, as well as the volume, the number of times per month they're being searched. So this is where some research gets done to find all the highest volume keywords, obviously that are relative to your area and the services that you offer, and then we make sure that those are being included on your site. So for instance, if we look at here in Fall River where you're not ranking too well, physical therapy Fall River is being searched 50 times a month. If you were on the first page, 50 people would be seeing your website. We use a pretty conservative metric here and say 10% of those will actually click into your website. So you have a potential of 5 new patients every month just off of one keyword. Then we'll do the same for all the other keywords that are ranking in all the other cities. So just in Fall River alone, just off these 2, which I pulled off this other site, you have a potential of 8 new patients just by getting these keywords on there. Something else I wanted to make notice of is in a lot of these cities and towns, even your own, Bay State Physical Therapy, they're a pretty big company. When I look at them national or through the area, they have a lot of authority and a lot of content on their site. They're huge. It's kind of a tough competitor. However, if we look at just their page in Somerset, this individual page doesn't have a whole lot of authority, and that's why you're outranking them here in Somerset. And then what you can do is use that same tactic for the outlying cities and towns where you're not ranking on the page. We would build what's called a back page, meaning you'd have another tab up here that says, service areas or something to that effect. And each one of these cities and towns would have its own page with some information on services that you offer and things like that. And then that way those pages would appear in these search results, and then it would get you better ranking in some of these outlying cities and towns. So that way some more patients could find you a lot easier. So I hope this information was helpful. If you do have any kind of questions or like me to go into any further detail, please feel free to reach out. I would love to get your feedback as well, just to find out if this information was useful. So please do let me know what you thought. Thank you, and I appreciate your time.